When I was growing up, we had very little to eat. In fact, we had very little of everything. We had little clothes, we had little food, we had little beds. Even the shoes that we had were too small or little for us. Because we were so deprived of many things in the area that we lived, we had to find creative ways in order to sustain ourselves. And while there were boys playing with remote control cars, and while there were those who had televisions and roller skates and bicycles as gifts for their families and for their children, while we grew up, we did not have all these luxuries that children would have today. My sisters did not have Barbie dolls, and neither did I have any bicycles or anything that one would class as a luxury item. One of the things that stands out from my childhood is that when we were bored, when we had nothing to do, and when we knew we could not be at home because being at home was just going to make us sleepy and we are going to just lie down and laze away, a group of boys would come together. We would have a council, and in that council we would decide what we are going to do. After our discussion, we would say that we need to go into this bush or into this forest to do what we need to do. There would be 3 or 4 boys who would be tasked with the duty to pick up small, smooth, round stones, just a little smaller than the size of a marble. These boys would bring these stones. Another few boys would be summoned to get some rubbery leather that they can find anywhere. And there were 2 or 3 of us who were very skilled in making slings. The slings that we made was not used for target practice on cans or on trees. We went to the forest for a very particular reason. If we walked on the road and we saw pigeons on the telephone lines or on the electricity wires, if we saw these pigeons sitting there, we would very slowly but skillfully make our way towards it. As we would stand just underneath that pigeon, we would take a smooth stone that another friend would give us, place it in the sling, carefully aim, stretch that rubber, and as we stretch it with a very careful aim, we would let go, and you guessed it, we would hit that bird, which would fall to the ground, and we would run to the bird before it walks away or runs away. We would run to it, grab it, and we did not do this just for your information. We did not do this for fun. It was a matter of survival for us. And there we would pluck the feathers from this bird and gut it and roast this bird over the fire. I tell you, it was an amazing experience. Now I do not do that anymore, but then it was a pastime for us. Not just an art that we developed, but it was part of a survival method that we had. And as I watched the birds fall down, growing up as a little boy, I did not take time to admire their beautiful colors. I did not take time to listen to the beautiful music that they share with us every morning or evening. But as soon as we hear the birds singing in the morning, instinctively we would reach underneath our mattress or cloth, whatever we slept on, and search for our sling and make our way to find that bird. Yes, we missed many a times, but the times that we hit it, you can be sure that we had a delicious meal out of it. When you look into the heavens and you see the thousands and thousands of species of birds that exist, it's amazing. what God had in his mind when he created these creatures. Recently, I went to the bird park, and while I was there, I was amazed at the different colors that birds have. I was amazed at the different sizes that birds come in. I was even amazed at one particular bird that I went to. When I approached the cage of this bird, somebody told me to talk to the bird. And I thought to myself, what kind of a man do you think I am to talk to this bird? Do you think that I have a bird brain as well? But I stood there, and to humor myself, I said, hello. And to my amazement, the bird responded by saying, hello. It was a thrilling experience. I called my children together and I said, just watch what your father can do. I cannot only preach, I cannot only ride a bicycle and push my wheelbarrow. No, Daddy can do much more than that. In fact, I have the powers to make this bird to talk. I can make any bird in this place talk. You just choose the bird. And then my son chose a bird that was very far away. Of course, I knew which bird I wanted to use. But when he showed me that bird, I told him that if I speak to that bird, it's too far. It will not hear what I am saying. But let's choose this bird that's right next to us. And there my children, my son and my daughter standing next to me, watching their father, their hero, about to make a fool of himself, they thought. And they were laughing. My daughter took out a cell phone, ready to video this moment when I tried to speak to the bird. And then I said, shh, just watch. And I said, hello. And this bird must have knew that I was putting an act, and the bird chose to be silent. I tried it for 2 or 3 times, and my son turned to me and said, Dad, just forget it. As long as we know you can do anything, that should be enough. I said, no, just wait. And I persisted, and I said, hello, hello, and the bird still kept quiet. I said, hello, and there was a noise, but it was not from the bird. It was my daughter who was saying hello in response to my hello. But eventually that bird did say hello. My children clapped for me. They took photographs because of my amazing ability. Yes, birds, some of them can speak. Some of them can be trained to go to where you want it to go and be back. Birds are amazing creatures, more than just its ability to fly and its powerful vision, more than just its beautiful colors. Birds are amazing creatures that you can imagine. When we get back, we are going to look at one particular bird that seems insignificant in the range of other beautiful birds that you would find around you. Stay with us.